we got a little bit on the agenda, like.
All right. Well, let's start. Well, we can talk. So last week we were talking about spiritual warfare, and a lot of it was connected and inspired to like all the insane drama that was happening in my life. And things with that seem to have cooled down. But then just in the like panel verse and where we've been, there's been a lot of like just hostility and a lot of conflict that, at times is resolved healthily, but often isn't. So
Yeah,
we've been trying to think of
it's the conflict online has actually been like really ridiculous, and just people's audacities and attitudes kind of are going out of whack, I feel like. But it is a part of YouTube, and I feel like that's like why we kind of got to talk about it and maybe ways to get around it, how obviously we can just avoid conflict or find the right path to like kind of getting it out of our line of sight and focusing on something good rather than maybe that argument in the midst of everything. So that is basically what our topic is on today, though, is anger and conflict, because I thought that it was pretty fitting for today's episode. If anyone did notice, yesterday we had a little bit of just like some chaos in my channel, and Ruby's been having a
4 hours of chaos, 4 hours of a level 10 Hurricane Parro like panel explosion. Right. We attempted peace talks, and I thought me and Parro made some progress and we're chilling out, but after that it got crazy and it crossed a line that I can't even comprehend. I don't know if you have the clip. I couldn't figure out how to upload it. I had to like convert it.
No, you're so good. I do want to before we address everybody's comment, our girl Mackenzie is in the building, and she said, if you whores so much as mention HP and continue to make content off of him, you will be very sorry. Pretending to be positive Christian, platforming men you only turn on and make look like fools. Well, the first thing that I want to say is shout out to you, Mackenzie. Thanks for tuning in. We actually weren't going to be mentioning him, but it was a little bit of inspiration for today's episode because he isn't the only person online that kind of likes to go, off of anger and those type of emotions and feelings. So it definitely,
I don't even know him that well, so I'm not even sure what that.
And also, third point that I just want to make: we're not Christian. I just believe in God, and that is
followers of Christ.
Righteously judging someone. And if you knew what would happen, or I'm not sure if you were there yesterday. I'm obviously sure you're not because you hate me. That's cool. He said some very explicit things, some very disgusting things that you should not say. But
directly to a minor. Yes. Let's just say he told. I don't know. It's up to you. I don't want to.
No, I don't think that we should say it. I don't think that we should say it.
No, you're right. But it crossed the line saying something to a minor, to someone's child. That was very
that wasn't even it. I mean, that was like a part of the issue, but it's really just, and this is not just for him, this is for also people who come up on my panel, your panel, and just think like, oh, we're power hungry, we like to use our panel for this type of thing. First of all, if it's our panel, we can put people in the back. We can be quote unquote power hungry because it's our channel. If you guys want more freedom, then go make your own channel, go talk about what you want to talk about on your own stuff. It's really just as simple as that. And secondly, like when people come up and like disrespect me on my own panel and then try to act like the victim, like, yes, I'm going to use you as inspiration of like, let's not act like this and let's find ways to resolve this type of conflict. So
yeah. Dude, me and Tough Guy got in like a battle last night because he was disrespecting you and you were doing the right thing. You kept defusing the tension, saying like, hey guys, let's do trivia. Yeah. And he was like, oh, so that means we can't talk about real things like an adult. And you're like, no, we're just going to do trivia. And he was like, oh, so I'm not allowed to be a man. And it like just kept escalating and like, and I did get a little intense, but I've been trying to do less name calling. I caught myself in an earlier.
I was about to say yes. Or earlier, you caught the perfect. You were like, you silly little child of God. Like I feel like those are like little moments where you should definitely give a pat on your back because you're working and you're doing better. Like you're not calling someone out of their name. You're not disrespecting someone, and like that's the whole point, guys. Like we don't need to say disrespectful things to get our point across. Like you can say what you want to say without disrespecting someone in their own like on their own channel in their own like personal life. Like it doesn't matter what it is. And I think
why would she why would she want to like make a channel and just have people shit on her? Like, and Low tolerates so much. She's really not like been happy at all. Like it has to be.
I've only ever banned 2 people, him and
I'm ban happy. Sometimes.
No, he's actually the first person I've ever banned on my channel. Even my porn bomber, he got banned from the studio, but he didn't get banned from the chat. Like that should tell you that I have some grace for people, you know? Like I definitely let shit slide. And at this point, like I'm just really getting sick and tired of, you know, people thinking that they can just continue to walk over everyone and think shit's sweet. Like I'm gonna still continue to be nice and my lovey-dovey self, but at the same time, like you guys will be getting called out because who do you think you are? Like at this point, I really don't know. But anyways, before we continue, let's shout out some people out in the building. You already know we got Distinction in here. Stevie.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
What if I'm trying to make the point that I don't respect you? You can
like how to insult someone nicely.
That is a great question. You can still make that point without disrespecting someone that you don't respect them. Do you understand my point? But
like we'll just say like, oh, like I think what you're saying is outrageously like offensive, and you know, I disagree, and that can be that, you know.
Right. And Tony, you are right.
Being exactly what it looks like. Yep.
I don't know,
Mackenzie, you know, people, you're a psycho, but oh fuck, I just broke.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no point in name calling because who really cares? And Tony, you are right. Imperious did put his N-word, the N-word in his name when he came up on my channel. And since I'm monetized, I have banned that word. So yes, you're right. He should have been banned. But the second time that he came up, I corrected it myself. I admitted that I was wrong, and he had to change his name to come up on the panel. And he has not said the N-word since then. And you have to understand with some people, like it's actually like jokes and games and like this is content, right? But then for some people, like this is real life, and like their anger issues go beyond YouTube and the screen. Like it goes into their real life and you never know what someone's going to do. And Imperius could be one of those people. Don't get me wrong. So guys, if I end up dead, hey, listen, you already know who it was. But
I mean, we all know people showed up at my house and job, you know, and I had to file a police report and a restraining order, which is still being looked at. It just didn't get the immediate approval, but I actually got like a letter from a judge today about it. So whatever, say what you want online, we'll respond, and we're trying to make the best and defuse the situation. I know I just called Mackenzie a psycho. I'm sorry, but I do believe that based on your very wild behavior that I disagree with. And this is why I block people sometimes too, so that I don't insult them, you know. I don't want to like, it's just better to like, you know.
I mean, I personally can just ignore stuff. Like it's really not that big of a deal. But salute to you, Alex. Beard Mania, Yeti Life, of course. Polly, Jimmy. I hope everything's well.
Your behavior, Mackenzie. It's the way you act. And it's the way you're like goo goo gaga psycho in love with Ben and Grace Thorpe. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. And the way you go around and be like calling us trashy whores for what? You're being so aggro. What have we ever done to you? What?
I don't know what I've done to anybody on this whole, you know, YouTube platform, whatever, but
just so new, and it's like just out of nowhere. It's just so obviously.
Shout out to you, baby. Yeah, no, it is tomorrow is Napstar's birthday, guys. So happy early birthday to Napstar. Shout out to you, Napstar.
Also today is Stanley's birthday. I sing him happy birthday.
Stanley. I hope, you know, this year is well for you, sir. You do you know, you have just an amazing year. Your channel gets to flourishing, popping, and you know, you just and your son are well. But Gummy Frog, shout out to you, OPC Don. He said, why doesn't it
why are you here? Why are you here if you don't like us? Just I am curious.
No,
because you went out of your way to come to here and just call us like trashy whores for doing like a stream where we read the Bible. Come on, man, that's a fucking reached. Low is chill max and I know. This is why I need Low. Imagine how much worse off I'd be right now if I didn't have LOL Angels. Like, and if it was just me, like her presence has been very inspiring to me. So you can make a difference online, even just to one person, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like it can be, you know, I try to make an impactful, you know, meaningful shit online, but people can take it how they want it or leave it. Like, listen, I'm not going to argue with anybody online. I don't even know you, pal.